Yo, as you can hear, the kids, the children are in full effect. How's everyone doing out there? Once again, I'm Jamal Ben with Prescribed Truth. Yeah, I'm just recording. So hoping y'all's Lord's Day is going well. That you was able to fellowship with your brothers and your sisters and all that kind of good stuff. What's up? You give me a hug.
I'm on camera. Yeah, I want to get on camera.
I'm sure you do. Hold on 1 second, people.
I'm getting on camera.
I'm gonna fix some noodles. That's what you want. My food should be on the way, okay? Ooh, Jamal.
All right. As you hear, I'm trying to round them up, man. Ooh, it's been the day. So it's gonna be an interesting replay. All right. So once again, like I said, I hope your Lord's Day was well, that you was able to fellowship with the body and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah. So this week it's been very tough, man. It's been very tough with a lot of stuff going on at work. It's really hectic. We basically had a 4-day week and it's been having to move furniture and everything else. So I really ain't had time this week, guys, to be honest with you, to prepare anything for this week's podcast like I would like to. And I don't want to just up and just on a whim make an episode for you guys. You know, I do appreciate those who listen, those take the time to download the podcast and whatnot. So I don't want to just cheapen it by just getting on and just talking about anything. And so because I do still have time, I may still upload a new podcast just discussing a particular topic that's dear on my heart. But other than that, I may end up just replaying an episode from before. What's interesting is when I first started the podcast, I was doing it on YouTube. And so I didn't have it on audio, like going to the iTunes and all that stuff like that. It was just on YouTube. So there are podcasts that are on this channel that have never gone out the stream on iTunes, stuff like that. And so I'm looking to do something about that. So I may take one of my old videos, one of my old podcast episodes from when I first started and re-air it as episode now. It'll be new to those in the audio realm. But you guys who have followed me for some time will already have seen those videos or seen that content or heard the content. But it's still important. So I know I got on here podcast overview, and that's how I titled it. But that's basically it, just keeping it real with you guys. This week has been very tough, and so with the scheduling and everything else, so just have to take this week off as far as having a new episode. So there are a few things that I want to touch on going forward. You know, there's still so much going on with the social justice era, and you know everything else going on with that, and the claim of racism. And I did a video on the stats. You know, as a matter of fact, I may do a podcast on that. I may just make that the podcast tonight, just reviewing what I did on those stats, because that was interesting. Those stats concerning police killings in 2018, man. I mean, the stats. So what I may do is just take the audio from that the episode and then upload it as a podcast. I think that's a good idea, because I mean those things are important, you know. So I guess that's an overview. So that's what I think I'm gonna do this time. So yeah, so this I don't plan on being alone tonight, especially if anybody doesn't come on. Just want to just come on and chop it up with you guys. I missed you guys yesterday for the subscriber chat hangout. For those of you who were looking forward to that, I do apologize. It's just how this week went, you know, with so much going on with the family and stuff like that. As you can hear, they are wild. I mean, they are on 10 right now. And it's how it was yesterday. Yeah, so much stuff going on. Kids having to go back and forth. My wife, she was feeling well towards the end of yesterday, and just a lot going on. So whatever to come on and do the live stream like I wanted to yesterday. So please, Lord willing, this coming up Saturday, we can do the subscriber chat and resume that. I plan on going live again this week. What I want to do, Lord willing, is I want to do a live review of a Todd White sermon, because all these comments that I got on this Todd White video is amazing. Amazing in a bad way. Like it amazes me how people are willing to disengage their minds from truth, from reality, and just wanted to put people up on a pedestal. And and because I'm a nobody in a sense, as far as like I'm not popular, I'm not out there, against the masses, and so who am I to judge what someone else is doing, to say someone is doing something wrong, or speaking against another pastor, and all that stuff like that, which is bogus to me, because truth is truth no matter who's telling it, but it is what it is. So that's what I've been wanting to do for the longest. Just been putting it off, but that's going to have to be something I do during the week. And so if you happen to catch it, I don't know which day I'm going to do it. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and make sure you click that bell, hit that notification bell, so then you will be notified when I'm going to go live. All right. So make sure you do that if you haven't done it already, because I plan on going live sometime this week. Most likely it'll be on a Wednesday or Thursday, as a week, as a week is like winding down. And so, but yeah, I want to do a live review / reaction to a Todd White sermon, just to get at some of these people who are defending him wholeheartedly, So we'll do that, because what I want to do, and what I've always wanted to do with this channel, is try to display and show people how to listen to what people are saying when they're preaching a sermon or when they're saying things about God. What to listen for, red flags, caution flags that you need to be listening for, and green lights, things that are good, things you should be hearing, that are okay, that are good. And a lot of people, they teach this idea that, you should eat the meat, spit out the bones, so when you listen to people talk, and that's true in certain instances, but when we're talking about your soul and you're talking about the sermon from your pastor of your church, that's a different story. Like there's only so much there's only so many bones you can spit out, you know what I'm saying, before you realize it's too many bones and not enough meat for me to grow, and you end up being malnourished, and you don't want that to happen. So it's important, that we see, and was playing. They miss each other all day. I just came back from taking Josh to a birthday party for one of his classmates. And so he's been going a while. Josh went to church with me this morning. Well, both of them went to church with me this morning. But then Joshua took him to the birthday party. So Josiah's been missing his brother. So he's just playing around. But yeah. So that's it. So like I said, let's make this very short. Thank you all for those who have subscribed. Hey, no, stop. Not on the table. Move that way. That way, go. Y'all finna mess up something. So thank you all for those of you who subscribe to the channel and who download the podcast, who subscribe to the podcast on whatever app you use. All my patrons, those who give to me monthly, I thank you so much for helping this ministry. It's because of you that I'm able to continue to get this podcast out every week. It's because of you guys and the website to be able to keep it. It's really been helpful, and I know that the website costs this much to host the hosting for a website, and the actual domain, it costs money, and then you got the the monthly fee for the podcast, for the stream, and all this stuff. So it's costs, and so I'm really thankful for those who give on the podcast, who give on a Patreon. I'm really thankful. If you want to support me in that way, you can do so by joining me on patreon.com/prescribed truth. The link is in the description, and you can see it also at the bottom of the screen here. And I greatly appreciate it. I would definitely love your help. And if not, as always, I always appreciate your prayers. Keep me in prayer as I continue this work. Pray that the Lord would keep me focused. Keep the first things first, that I make sure my priorities stay intact, because I love doing this. I love coming on and chopping up with you guys, interacting with people, talking about the word and all those things. But I'm just loving how, as my family, as days go by, as the years go by, as I've been doing Prescribed Truth, my family is changing, and therefore I have to change how I do things here until I have a setup where it's conducive for me to do what I need to do. So that's still what I'm working on. I had to back off on it for a while because some people had to back out from the patrons, so I wasn't able to get the supplies like I wanted to earlier. But it's still a go. I'm still waiting. I'm just just have to pay out of pocket more, but I'm still getting it piece by piece, the things that I need in order to get that room done, because I still want to get that room done. And so therefore I can come out to the dining room and be able to have an area where I can do the podcast itself and do the live stream and everything else. And so I'm looking forward to that. So your prayers and also your financial help would be greatly appreciated in that regard. But with that being said, that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I don't want to be on here mumbling and wasting your time. It's already 10 minutes. This is really good. This is a record for an overview. But this is the beautiful thing about doing overviews versus the live recording a podcast, that I can just come on here, chop it up with you guys for a little bit and go about the night, and tend to my family. So it works out. So remember, this world is full of errors, but the only thing the doctor prescribes is truth. Make sure you tune in to the Prescribed Truth podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, Castbox, whatever it is you listen to podcasts on. Make sure you tune in there, subscribe, download. Greatly appreciate it. Grace and peace.